Hello, you guys. I hope you can see and hear me okay. If you are joining in, say hello so I can welcome you. So today, this is our Wake Up Wednesday Facebook Live, and I appreciate you guys helping me stay accountable to doing these each week because we really wanted to do the why exercise this week, and it just didn't work out. I think that could be, I know it is a very powerful exercise that I want you guys to see played out. And so I know we're going to be able to do it soon, but so I didn't have anything else prepared today. So we're pinch hitting, and my husband would love it knowing that I'm using that term. He loves it when I know baseball terms. For those of you who know him, he's a huge baseball fan, played college baseball, so he likes it when I can use baseball terms. Oh, hey, Bethany. Okay, great. Thank you. Bethany, I think you're just following me around from place to place, which is awesome. So today we're going to talk a little bit about some business basics, okay? And bear with me because I'm hoping this is not a very scattered, but I want you to, even if you have been involved with the business side of doTERRA for a while, this is helpful to go back to. Your dad's like that with football terms, especially when you get it right. Yes, my dad and my husband ends up being really impressed if I get it right. So we're going to be talking through some business basics, but I really want you to stay tuned and not tune me out, even if you've been doing this for a while, okay? I cannot stress enough. Actually, if you're watching this on the replay, please join in interactively with this because I'm going to be going back through and reading the comments. But drop a 1 if you have heard of our Emerge sales training and if you've participated in it. And if you have, I would love for you to comment below with what has been your biggest takeaway? What has been the biggest influence on your business with the Emerge sales training? Because I think some people who may feel like they've been in the business a while maybe feel like it's unnecessary. Or maybe you've heard some from us and think that you know like how it plays out, how the Direct Sales Foundation plays out. And I cannot tell you, it has been such a tremendous benefit on our business, not only rebuilding people's confidence in what they're doing, but also helping people regain momentum and things like that. So at the very least, I highly, highly recommend taking their closing course. And if you're having trouble finding builders or finding people to join you in this business, I highly recommend their recruiting workshop. So first thing, now this is, and it may be a little bit of a not a good description of the talk today of business basics, because really what we're going to talk about is what are the first steps when saying yes to doTERRA. Now this means either saying yes to doing this as a hobby, or maybe this is saying yes to doing this as a business. And I really encourage you to kind of take a step back and think about your family and your family's needs when you decide, and communicating very clearly to the person that is mentoring you or that has brought you into doTERRA, because when you don't communicate clearly, there can be some unmet expectations, and nobody wants that on either side. So, and I'm going to suggest some first steps because this is going to help eliminate those difficulties with communication. Because let's face it, every 6 months or so, our life circumstances can change dramatically. Drop a 2 if you have, in a 6-month time frame, your life circumstances have changed dramatically, either for the better or for the worse, either financially or in just your emotional life. Sometimes our life circumstances can change so dramatically that maybe we begin to need to step forward more into doTERRA, or maybe we need to step back. And so it's always helpful, Bethany, it's always helpful to communicate clearly and stay in communication with someone in your upline so that there isn't that unmet expectation. And believe it or not, the things that you do matters. You may feel like, I'm just a consultant. I'm not doing anything in this business. I'm brand new. What you do impacts a great number of people around you. Crossline, downline, upline, all around. So you may feel like you have no impact, but you have a great impact in what you choose to do or choose not to do. And so, and if you care about those around you, in your upline, your downline, crossline, which I know you do, then you'll stay in communication. Now let's say if there's, maybe the person in your upline or your downline are maybe not doing the business, or maybe they're no longer participating in the business. Keep going up until you can find someone who can help you. Okay, so first step, mentor call. Drop a 3 if you regularly have a mentor call with someone in your upline. And if you're unsure about what a mentor call is, this is a time that is about you and your goals and your needs. And it's a way for you to meet one-on-one or a small group where you're talking through some simple questions, helping you stay on track with what you've set, that you've planned. So drop a 3 if you participate regularly in a mentor call with someone in your upline. If you are not, it is to your detriment. Even as a diamond, I am still meeting regularly with my mentor. Now, I don't meet as regularly with her. We actually only meet once a month now, but I still meet regularly. We have it on a calendar, and we meet and we talk through these things. And so now some people get maybe kind of intimidated by a mentor call as if they were like maybe calling into their boss or something like that, and that is not the case at all. And maybe you don't know how to mentor. It's great to we have these really great essential training manuals for our team, and also Emerge teaches you how to do this. So I cannot stress the Emerge sales training enough. But it's very simple. It's really all about you and the person that you're meeting with being able to help you with the goals that you have in mind. And let's face it, we all also need accountability. All of us. Even if we're superstars in this business and whatever, we all need accountability. And so this is typically a 30-minute time slot that you're going to sit and talk to the person who enrolled you. And here's the things you're going to talk through. You're going to talk through your biggest win. You're going to talk through your biggest fail. Maybe what you feel like are your top 3 priorities for the next week, or maybe if you're meeting every other week, the next 2 weeks. And then you'll talk through anybody that you've enrolled that needs to be placed or moved. And then any questions that you have to go over. Do you see how this could be very beneficial, whether you are doing this as a hobby or whether you're doing this as a full-time business? We all need to talk through like, okay, We all need somebody who will cheer us on when we say, "Oh my goodness, I just set up my first appointment." Or we all need somebody who can kind of help encourage us when we say, "That class didn't go so well. I don't think I invited well," or something that was a big fail. Um, and then to talk through maybe some priorities that you feel like you need to address the next week or so. And then how very helpful is it to be able to have somebody right there when you need to talk through placements or somebody you need to move. In fact, I highly recommend that if you are enrolling people, you need to be meeting with a silver or above upline in talking through placements. Placements can be tricky. It's a very strategic side of the business, and some people can get bogged down in it. And some of the decisions can be easy to make. Some of them can be a little bit trickier. And so, and we've all made mistakes with it. And so it's really helpful to talk with somebody who is silver above, and only because they have probably made more mistakes than you and can help you try to avoid those. So, if you do not have a mentor call set up regularly, and it doesn't have to be your direct upline, but I would suggest it being somebody near within the next 2 to 3 levels in your upline, ideally. Again, if you have multiple levels of people who are not participating in the business, by all means go on your back office, click on team tab, and on the left hand side you'll see upline listing, and you'll be able to work your way up to see somebody who can help you. If that's me, I will help you. Okay. But truly, you guys, if even if you're doing this a hobby, I cannot stress this enough, that you have to be meeting regularly with a mentor. Otherwise, it's going to be harder on you to get where you're wanting to go to help people. So, and to meet the goals that you have set. So, okay, another basic about the business is the loyalty rewards program. Now, hopefully most of you know this, but in case you don't, I'm going to go over that with you. But once you have your loyalty rewards order set up, it's going to look a little bit like this in your cart. The loyalty rewards order is going to look like this in the little box. You want this volume number right here to always, always, always stay 100 or more. Ideally, you want it to say 125 or more. And the reason being is that's the amount that doTERRA, the guideline that doTERRA sets for earning a commission. If it ever drops below 100, you run the risk of forfeiting the commissions that you have coming to you. And we don't want that to happen. So always make sure that's set, especially during BOGO week or when there's different promotions like that where you may just order something randomly. I always suggest creating a second LRP order, and that way you don't have to worry about the order itself or the volume dropping below 100. Even if you've already placed 100 LRP order for that month, if it drops below, you will forfeit those commissions. So you want a second LRP set up. That way you're not disrupting the other template, and there's always 100 LRP in it. Why do I say 125? Because 125 points on or before the 15th of the month gets you the free product for that month. There's no reason if you are doing this as a hobby that you want to forfeit that free product, because you can utilize that not only just in your home with your family's health, but then you can also use that later on as a gift. There's lots of ways that you can use that, and so this is an investment in your business, hobby or serious business builder. You want to have it 100 or 125 or more at all times. So, anybody have any questions about that? You can comment below. Again, I'm going to be going back after the replay and answering any questions that you have. one other thing about the setting up and purchasing, please, please, please set up a separate bank account. Even if you're doing this as a hobby, set up a separate bank account. That way you can track everything that you're doing through that other account, and you can keep everything clean. Okay? Okay, so I think we talked through that, and let me look and see here if there's anything else. Okay, and then lastly, oops. You're going to want to start having some kind of tracker for your sales. Now, I was pretty hesitant about doing this before the Emerge sales training, but Tasha did a great job of explaining that, you know, if you are meeting with people, whether in a class setting or one-on-one with people, and let's say you're having a class of 10 people and you're enrolling one, and then you've had 5 appointments and you've only enrolled one from those 5 appointments, you may not be keeping track of that and realizing that you're not spending your time very effectively because you're meeting with a lot of people with very few enrolling. And so this is a great way to have an accountability tracker that you can track the ways that you are, how many people you're meeting with and how many people you're enrolling, so you can know where you need to improve. Again, Emerge Sales Training goes through all of these things, and your silver and above upline, they all have access to these essential training manuals. Actually, you all have access to these, but most of them have gone through the Emerge Sales Training, and so they can go through these to help you get launched on the right foot. Even if you got started in doTERRA and you've never done this before, you can go back and do this. It helps you get started off on the right foot. And then the last thing you need to know to get started on the right foot, the basic steps, is know the basics of the compensation plan. And we're going to go into more detail about the compensation plan coming up in a future Wake Up Wednesday. But if you don't know the compensation plan, then you don't know how to get paid. It sounds kind of silly, but you know, like if we worked, like I used to work for a school district, if I didn't know how I got paid, that would be kind of silly on my part, that I wouldn't find out how I'm going to get paid, what I need to do to get paid. And so same thing with doTERRA. If you don't know how you're getting paid, you're not going to also be able to explain to someone else. You're not going to be able to recruit any new business builders to come alongside you because you yourself don't know how to tell someone how to get paid. So we're going to talk about some ways in future Wake Up Wednesday about more about the compensation plan. For now, you can go to, I think it's sharesuccess.com/comp and see a little bit about the compensation plan. But it's one of those that you kind of need to study a couple of times before you start to really understand it. In fact, I really didn't understand the fullness of the beauty of what's called dynamic compression that doTERRA has incorporated into their compensation plan, that most compensation plans, well, actually, I don't know of a compensation plan that has the dynamic compression, but it allows you to always, always, always get paid 7 levels down. So if some of this is foreign to you, please go to that website and start looking at the basics of the comp plan and connect with those in upline before, take ownership of your own business, your own hobby, and find out the information. Okay, be resourceful. Okay, and then in that mentor call, you are going to set up some specific goals. Now, if goals scare you, it's okay. It's okay to be scared of goals. I think all of us in some way are kind of scared of goals because we're afraid that we're gonna fail at them. But it's okay. And so step 1, set up a mentor call. And you guys, we're here for you. We want to be here for you. We're here for the long haul. We're not going anywhere. And we are here to laugh with you, to cry with you, to cheer with you, to love on you. And so I'm looking forward to more of these Wake Up Wednesdays with you. And we'll see you guys next week. Okay? Bye, everybody.